Hello from Connecticut. Okay, I see it's being live streamed now. Thank you, Anne.
Great. Minimize that. All righty.
Another Jersey. Nice to see you in Princeton.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
North Carolina. Love it.
So I'm going to start out.
Hi, Sarah. We've got our ambassador on the call. Hi, Sarah.
Hello. So I'm going to start up. Welcome, everybody. Let's hope that you're all able to see my screen. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Well, welcome, everyone. This is our 4th annual Teacher Resource Holocaust Education Resource webinar, and we're really excited to have you here today. We're thrilled to have you and our guest speakers, Alyssa and Michael. We'll be introducing them in a moment, and they're going to give you some really great information about their amazing programs. So our agenda today is we're going to just talk a little bit about the foundation, who we are, our grants, and then we're going to get right into the featured presentations. We're then going to talk about our Journey for the Living program, our new education resource database hub that we're really excited for, and then go over any questions and answers you may have. There is a Q&A function in Zoom. Please use that to ask any questions, not the chat. It just allows us to monitor it a lot easier. So for those of you that are new to our foundation, our mission is to provide grants to you, to the educators, to teach anti-hate initiatives and respect and kindness to students nationwide through Holocaust education. We believe that learning about the past and how it relates today is so vital to teaching students today. And we want to inspire these students to create a world where all people are treated equally with kindness and respect. As our dad always says, and he's actually one of the attendees today listening, he always says to live every day with love, not hatred, and you're going to accomplish so much more in life. So I am going to just give me one moment, and we are going to share a video just so that you can learn a little bit more about the foundation.
I feel that.
Sorry about that.
I feel that you can accomplish so much more with kindness, with love, than with hatred.
The Mark Schonwetter Holocaust Education Foundation was founded by Mark and his daughters, Ann Arnold and Isabella Fisk, with an intention to raise funds to allow schools across the country to apply for grants to purchase materials and fund programs necessary to enhance Holocaust curriculum. Mark survived the Holocaust as a young boy with his mother and sister in the forests of Poland, as well as the homes of kind Polish people. Mark, along with his daughters, have been sharing his story of survival for many years to people of all ages.
Unfortunately, I have to say that to a degree, people are not as much aware what was happening in those days. And that's one of the reasons that we go out and talk to kids.
On their tours throughout the Northeast, they discovered that many schools lack funding for Holocaust education. So they established the foundation. Mark and his daughters have received countless letters from the students they visit, thanking them for sharing the experiences and lessons.
To Mr. Schonwetter, now and for the rest of my life, I will remember you as a genuine, kind-hearted man.
I will never be able to describe in words how thankful I am for you coming to our school and giving us advice for our lives.
I'll remember your story, and I will tell your story.
Our father Mark always says that if it weren't for the bravery of his mother and the goodness of others, he would not be here today. These righteous individuals had a choice and stood up to help save him and his family. We're asking you to now stand up as well. I am Ann Schonwetter Arnold.
And I, Isabella Schonwetter Fisk. We need your help. Your support can ensure that students will be educated about the past in order to make a change for the future. Help us promote kindness and respect through Holocaust education. please visit mshefoundation.org to make your donation today. Thank you.
So that was just a little bit about the foundation. And now, Isabella, why don't you continue and talk about the grants?
Hi, everyone. I'm Isabella Fisk. Thank you so much for joining us this evening or afternoon, depending on what coast you're on. And for one of our attendees, Alyssa, who from Sharaka, she's all the way in Israel. So she's really late at night. So thank you. You can go to the next slide. Thanks. So what is an MSHE grant? The Mark Schonwetter Holocaust Education Foundation, as you just heard, our mission is to be able to give grants to you, the teachers, to be able to help support your curriculums. There are 29 states that mandate Holocaust education in the United States, but there's no funding to support the mandate. So we believe that Holocaust education is a powerful tool to combat hate, foster empathy, and promote understanding. But as you guys know, as teachers, you don't have the funds to be able to help bring in programming, curriculum into your classrooms. So we're here to help you fill that gap. We provide financial grants up to $1,000 to schools and teachers nationwide to educate students about anti-hate respect, respect and kindness through Holocaust education. You can use the funding, and we'll go into more details about it, for Holocaust-related learning materials, field trips, Holocaust survivor speakers, and learning resources. So, how can you get that money? We are here to help you. It is a really easy application process. If you are an educator in grades 4 through 12, public or private, it does not matter. Secular, non-secular, does not matter. If you're part of a university or a college, or maybe part of a school, club, or organization, you are eligible to apply. The grant, as I mentioned, you can apply for up to $1,000, and that money can go a long way. You must be based in the United States. Unfortunately, we do not fund schools or organizations located outside of the United States. You can apply right now. The application portal is currently opened. It opened on August 18th, and it will be open until October 17th. And the grant money that you're applying to, you will find out if you receive a grant sometime in mid-November, and you will need to use the money that you are awarded for this school year. So for the 2025-26 calendar school year. And go online. That there is the link for you, and I will actually put it in the chat as well, but you guys will all get this later. We will send out this PowerPoint presentation to you, so you will be able to go through this, and all the links and everything will be accessible to you as well. Next slide. So what can you use your money for? There's all different ways that you can use it. We're going to hear about 2 amazing resources later on today, but basically in general, you could use it for educational material. So if you want to bring in a classroom set of books that talk about the Holocaust, to read about the Holocaust, an example could be Together, A Journey for Survival, or Night by Elie Wiesel. Or if you want to build your library as a resource, you can apply to us to bring in books to the classroom. Student experiences, whether you go on a field trip, whether it is to a Holocaust museum locally or the National Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., we can help support you in funding those field trips, whether it's the cost of transportation. Busing is very expensive. We could subsidize the cost of those buses, or the tickets that it costs you to go to the museum to enter. Maybe there's a theatrical performance, such as maybe the Anne Frank Center and Martin Luther King Jr. Presentation. We could pay for something like that. Guest speakers. We go into schools all the time. Many people bring in Holocaust survivors to come in and speak. Survivors are unfortunately aging out, so it's really, really special if you can have a survivor in your area come in and speak and let the kids hear firsthand from a Holocaust survivor and let them become a witness to what is being heard. Mark, our father, the namesake of our foundation, who's listening here today, He is a speaker, and he goes around the country as well and speaks. So you could always try and book him as well, or visits from authors of books if you can get connections from them. And then there's always traveling exhibits and museums if you want to fund something like that. Film screenings, virtual or in person. We can fund anything and everything when it comes to anything that has to do with Holocaust education. Resources. And take yourself off mute, and it's nom to you. You're still on mute.
There we go. Now can you hear me? Wonderful. So we're going to get into the resources. We have had a few, as I mentioned, resource webinar prior to this. Here are some of the resources that we've already highlighted in some of our past webinars. We do have a YouTube channel, and you can visit our YouTube channel to get any information on any of these resources that we have previously highlighted. And now I'd like to introduce our two featured guests. We are going to be hearing first from Alyssa from Sharaka, and then Rabbi Michael Beyo from 6 Million Voices. So Alyssa, I am going to stop sharing and turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for coming. Good afternoon. Great. So hi everyone, my name is Alyssa, and I am the Holocaust Education Program Manager at Sharaka. Sharaka was created right after the Abraham Accords with the mission of doing people-to-people diplomacy in the Middle East. At the very beginning, we wanted to celebrate each other's festivals, to get to know the other, but very quickly we actually understood that we have to take a few steps backwards. We understood that in order to truly connect between people, we have to understand that specifically in the Middle East and in the Arab and Muslim world, there was this Holocaust distortion that always existed, and this rise of anti-Semitism, which was everywhere that they went. This is anti-Semitic rhetoric. And therefore, we're trying to connect between people which grew up not knowing how to know each other, how to love the other. And Sharaka stepped in, and it does several different programs, but we, in general, believe that the best way to fight extremism, radicalization, hatred, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia is by learning about the Holocaust. It's by learning about how an ideology, such as the Nazi ideology, spread across Europe, where it began and where it ended. It's about learning the people that stood up in the face of evil, the righteous among the nations. It's about learning those that did nothing, but it's also about learning that every single survivor really had people around them. And therefore we stepped in and we said, wow, that's 2022. We decided to take a delegation of Muslims from around the Middle East to Poland and Germany. And the looks on their faces when they walked through Auschwitz, when they never knew what happened during the Holocaust, they didn't know. They knew about World War II, was something that as an organization we will never forget, because we realized then that actually going back and learning about the past is the best way to walk forward today. And what we do is we do different delegations to Poland, Germany, and Israel, where we learn about the Holocaust. In these delegations, the participants meet Holocaust survivors, they have workshops, they have seminars, and most importantly, they learn about each other, because every participant is from a different background, and they learn how to be an ambassador for their region after. And we expect every single one of our participants to finish our programming in Israel, in Poland, and in Germany, and go back to their country and be an ambassador for Holocaust education. And these people risk their lives in many regions. And right now I can say we work with people in Pakistan, India, Morocco, Bahrain, UAE, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria. And this past March of the Living, we had 38 Muslims from around the Middle East walking in Auschwitz, each one of them determined to learn about the past and to make the future a better place. And these people have hosted, just for an example, is somebody that is one of our participants, one of our speakers. Her name is Fatma Al-Halbi, and she was the first ever Muslim woman in Bahrain to host an International Holocaust Remembrance Day event. And this is an example of many different events we've managed to hold in the Middle East dedicated to Holocaust education. But it doesn't end there, because we believe that Muslim Voices for Holocaust Education is something that is so important in a world where Holocaust distortion is on the rise. We're talking about people who grew up in societies not knowing what happened during the Holocaust, who are now speaking on stages around the United States and sharing why they risk their lives and why they are so determined to combat extremism and radicalization through Holocaust education. So what Sharaka does is essentially we pick participants from our delegations. By now we've had over 1,200 participants from our delegations, and we have around 40 to 50 speakers who then go through training, they go through workshops, they go through public speaking, and we essentially take them on panels. We bring panels of around 3 to 4 Muslims from around the Middle East, together with one Sharaka speaker, to different educational institutions. We've also been invited to mosques, to churches, to universities, and we really believe that it's these voices that in many societies who don't necessarily understand how to approach Holocaust education, who don't even necessarily know who a Jewish person is or the basics of Holocaust education, but unfortunately that still have Holocaust distortion within their society, that can create this shift, which I've often was shocked even myself exists, because these are people that grew up in societies filled with Holocaust distortion. And yet they managed to shape the narrative within their own region and encourage more people to learn about the Holocaust. And so we bring them together to share their stories, to share their upbringing, to share the rise of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, but also to share their journey, to share what led them to then be in March of the Living with 30 Muslims around them and learn about the Holocaust, to share what led them to hop on a plane to Israel to meet a Holocaust survivor and have Shabbat dinner in their home. And every single one of our speakers is unique because they're from a different country, they have a different story, and they all have a different inspiration to being part of this network of moderate voices. And I just want to show you a quick video, which I think really shows the different voices that we have in Sharaka. In the video I'm about to show you, we have people from Iran, from Bangladesh, we have people from Bahrain, Morocco, and the UAE, who came 2 years ago to Poland and Germany with us. Let me just make sure that you can hear. Can you hear? Yeah.
It is so important that you guys are here to bear witness and to learn what happened. But most important is to see from where hate begins and where it leads.
We are here in Auschwitz now. This is just the beginning. We are in the entrance and it's really sad.
Here in Auschwitz, there is no two sides of the stories. There is only one side, which is a massacre, which is one of the deadliest events in the history of humanity.
It's unimaginable. Cruelty.
It's really important for us as Muslims to learn about this.
And I think also because I was born in Iran, it reminds me so much of the regime.
We always hear about it, what happened. It just, to us, it was part of history, dark part of history.
It's just unbelievable how much hate the Jewish people have suffered.
The ability of human being to dehumanize another human being, it's truly awful. And the way that they made it in a very industrial level, let's make it more awful.
I am deeply grieved, I'm angry, and I'm incredibly sad.
But today, in the March of the Living, when we saw the new generation of the Jewish people, how resilient and how hopeful are, this is what we can learn from them.
And also it's engraved the lesson that I think is on all of our minds, which is that we should never forget.
Never again. Never again.
Never again.
So obviously, in order to bring a panel of people from the Middle East, it can be a little bit costly. And therefore, I also recommend that if you're interested in us coming out, you kind of speak to a few of the different schools around you, a few of the different departments in your education system in order for us to be able to come out and go to several places at once, combine efforts, combine resources, and we would absolutely love to share this message. I think on a personal note, my biggest fear for so many years was what's going to be the future of Holocaust education in a world without Holocaust survivors. And I think I wake up every day in Sharaka knowing that there are Muslim voices in the world who are determined to spread this message. And I'm biased, but I'm also in this because I really believe in the mission, and I believe that these voices have the power to spread the importance beyond certain other people and organizations just because of the fact that they've risked their lives, and it's not something that people believe is possible, but it really is, and I see it every day. So thank you so very much, and thank you for coming as well.
Thank you so much. And as Alyssa mentioned, so yes, it is costly to bring them in, and if you are, let's say, part of a regional system or a district, I would suggest speaking to some of your fellow teachers to see if perhaps you can combine and have more than one of you apply for a grant. So if you have several schools that could all come together to bring in the delegation, and if they come in, they can go and see more than one school on their visit. So in your area, see if you can find a few schools to apply for some of the grants so that it'll help cover some of those costs. So that's where we can help you bring in this amazing program. So thank you, Alyssa. And now I'm very pleased to introduce Rabbi Michael Beyo, who's going to tell us about 6 Million Voices. Up, you're on mute.
Thank you very much. My name is Michael Beyo. I'm the CEO and founder of 6 Million Voices. It's a global nonprofit organization. We started during COVID in order to bring Holocaust education online. And it started as a side little project within the JCC that I am the CEO here in Greater Phoenix. And then it developed on its own and it became its own organization. As of today, 6 Million Voices has provided immersive online Holocaust education to about 200,000 adults in the United States, about 70,000 high school, middle and high school students from hundreds and hundreds of high schools across the nation, private, charter, public, just to give a size of what we're reaching. Just from January to May, we had 700 schools. So we are really scaling, and I love what I do. I'm very blessed that we're able to reach so many people. And I would like to share with you just a video, and then I'm going to try to give you just a glimpse of what we do and discuss of the various opportunities that are available for teachers like yourselves to be able to offer these in your school district and in your classrooms. So let me just, all right.
I am Jack Rosenbaum, your guide. Let's begin. I'm going to share with you a bunch of views. And let's take a close look at this. This first view that you see is the actual Auschwitz I camp.
So basically, this was just a glimpse of what we offer. I did not want to show longer, wanted to talk. The platform allows to do both live and on-demand sessions. Most schools choose to do live sessions, and so we pick a time and a day that works with the schools. And let me share with you what it looks like. So this is from the back, but there is no such a platform. It's a very unique platform. Here, I see that it's loading. So the basically differently than Zoom, where there is a screen sharing. I'm sorry. I'm making a mess here. I apologize. I apologize. Let me start this again, and it will work.
So, Michael, while you're doing that, just to clarify, these are live tours of
These are
Auschwitz.
live. Yes. Yeah. We have two modalities. One modality is a live session, and one modality is a on-demand interactive. Most schools choose to do a live session where the guide is live, just like I am with you, and it presents to the school, to the teachers, the entire presentation. It's a 2-hour presentation, which includes let me just here do it again. Which includes panorama, pictures, videos, interactivity. So also the teachers or the students can choose where to go and where to participate. The quality is very, very high. Okay. So you know what? Let me do it differently, because I am messing it up for no reasons.
No problem. You
I
mentioned,
apologize.
no problem. You mentioned that it's a 2-hour presentation.
For the live, yes.
So
The
just
live
out
is
of
a 2-hour
curiosity,
presentation.
for the teachers, a lot of them, a class period could be maybe 50 minutes.
And
Are
that's
they
why we did
able
the
to
on-demand.
split it?
Yes, we can also split it, but that's why we did the on-demand. That the on-demand allows for teachers to decide how to do and when to do it, and they can do it, and they can see it on their own. Let me show you what I mean. So what you're seeing here, this is an on-demand.
I don't think you're sharing your screen yet.
I'm not sharing the screen?
Nope. Nope.
No.
I thought that I am. Let me do it again.
You're seeing the flyover right now, and today most of the barracks that you're witnessing are gone. The foundations of many of these barracks remain, as we will see shortly. The inmates that were found in the barracks were individuals who were slave labor and being used as people that eventually would be worked to death. The Nazis evacuated nearly 60,000 slave laborers, mostly Jews, to Germany on what became known as death marches, on which 15,000 people were murdered. Those who could not keep up were simply shot by the SS guards. Because of the quick advance of the Soviets, about 7,000 sick adults and children who were to be murdered remained in Auschwitz.
So as an on-demand, the user experience is very similar to a live. We try to replicate the live. So in a live session, the guide would be live, so you can also ask questions and answers. In an on-demand, the teacher gets to decide how to do it, just like when you're watching a movie, but the feedback and what you see is very similar to a live. So in a live session, all of
I'm going to
this
share with you a
live,
bunch of views.
moving
And let's
the
take a close look at this.
panorama
This first view that you
live,
see is the
and
actual
we
Auschwitz I camp.
also
Just to remind
allow for an interactive modality where the teacher can decide where to go. The teacher gets to move the panorama, the teacher gets to go inside one hotspot over
Andrew, I
another.
wanted to tell you that, guess what? What they did was they decided that it was already settled, and there were 20 barracks that were there formerly used by the Polish army, and they took it over. And they took over this camp and made this the main camp. And it was the administration of the rest of the camps, the 40 plus other camps that were in the satellites of Auschwitz.
And because it's a live session, there is no predetermined script, meaning we can customize the session based upon the school, based upon what they are studying, based upon the books that the teacher wants them to learn. And so for each school, we customize the session, the 2 hour, according to the needs of the classroom.
And Birkenau. And in June 1940, that's when the camp actually started, in late May, early June 1940. And in this panorama that I want to show you that you're actually looking at, I'm going to make it larger as we move forward. So I'm turning it around, and you could see the main camp in the foreground. And in the distance, I'm going to make the panorama larger. And as I make it larger, look at the horizon. And you could still see on the bottom left the main camp, and then it's getting larger, and you could see Birkenau, which was 1.5 miles away. And that's how close Birkenau was. Birkenau was named after a town called Brzezinka.
And so the panorama gives you a completely different perspective that most people don't get to see those kinds of perspective. Another thing that we do in all of our sessions is we combine 3D reconstruction. Because, for instance, we're coming out the next month with the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. And when creating the session of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, we realized that the Warsaw doesn't look anything today like it looked during the war. So we had to recreate all of this. Is a recreation. It's a historically accurate recreation of the streets and the buildings based upon movies and images. That so we have recreated. So in this way, we can show what it actually looked like. And another thing that we do is we superimpose. Let me show you here. So we see this picture. This is an historical picture where we take the picture and then we superimpose what it was based upon the picture, and then we animate it. So
Michael, may I ask you a question?
Sure,
from
please.
A teacher? They have a question. When a teacher books a tour, are they provided with educator guide materials to orient?
Yeah, we have about 5 different resources. We have a resource on the history of anti-Semitism. One is a companion to a second resource is as a companion to the on-demand. A third resource is a teacher's guide and lesson plan, so that the teacher receives an entire package, so that then they are able to, if they have the on-demand, to also answer questions that the students might have in class, and also if it is alive, so that then also the teachers can also be more informed, because most teachers are not necessarily Holocaust expert, and so in this way we provide these resources.
And let me ask you, I mean, this is wonderful and fascinating. Thank you. And what is the cost that is involved with bringing in either of
So
these two
a live session for a school is $4.99 and includes a 2-hour session plus a Q&A. We have an educator package, which is a $650 and includes the live, includes also the on-demand, and includes the Q&A. So it's a really beautiful package for schools. And last year, we were very blessed that a number of schools were able to apply for a grant through your foundation.
Yes. Thank you.
I will say the feedback we got was amazing.
So that was a reconstruction of the original synagogue in Warsaw. Again, we take the original picture and we animate it with an immersive experience. If there is any other specific question, I will be happy to answer. We're coming out with a mobile version as well.
There is one more question in the Q&A. How much lead time do they need to book one of these experiences?
I suggested to, if they want a live session and they want to ensure that they get it for the day and time that they prefer, to book it as in advance as they can, because especially when it comes around Kristallnacht or Holocaust International Day or Yom HaShoah, etc., the time slots get taken, and as well as they also have the option of the on-demand, which we see the on-demand for classrooms is used more for teachers to gain additional education for themselves, and then the live is really the immersive experience for the students.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Your information, if you could just unshare your screen at the moment. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and I apologize for the technical
no worries. It
problems.
It happens to all of us. As we even had at the beginning. It happens. But we do have your information on the slides as well, and everyone will get both the Sharaka.
And if you could put in the chat your website so that people can
both of you.
I will do that right now.
The chat will be wonderful.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we just went over 6 million voices. Thank you so much. And as I mentioned, we did have many teachers that used the grant money to bring this program in, and reading their grant evaluations, it was really an amazing experience for the students. It was really received well and impacted the students a lot. So I just wanted to let you all know that.
Thank you.
All right, Isabella.
So Journey for the Living. Journey for the Living is our annual fundraiser that we do through the Mark Schonwetter Holocaust Education Foundation. It is an amazing opportunity for people to come together in community, and it is a national fitness challenge, and we raise money and build awareness for Holocaust education. What it is, it's a walk, run, or ride fitness challenge of at least 15 miles in 1 month, which is in the month of May, to represent the journey that Mark took as a little boy when he was escaping the Nazis from his hometown, where he had to go to a ghetto where he thought he would be safer. And he did that walk in 1 night, along with his mother and sister. So we're allowing it to be over the month. So you could do it in 1 day and you could really feel what it feels like, but try to imagine it as a 6-year-old boy with, little shoes, not sneakers, but it's an experience. So we have this Journey for the Living. It's a great way to come together for schools. And if you want to go to the next slide, You could do it many ways. So you could be an individual. We have a turnkey peer-to-peer fundraising page that you can join us and log in and put out to your friends and family to join you and support your journey and your walk. And you could raise money, which would then be paying it forward to other teachers to help with grants. You could create a team and you can do it with family and friends. But also the great thing for you as educators is the schools can do it. So it's a great way to bring it into your school to allow the students, it's cross-departmental because it brings in ELA, social studies, and physical fitness. It's a great way for the 15 miles. You can go out on the track during lunch. The kids can walk around the track and then they can come back into the classroom. And we have a mile by mile reflections curriculum that we can give to you that you can work with your students. And after they come back, they can reflect on it. And it's, again, a great way for the school to come together, bring community and cross-departmental. And the next slide, please. There is a fee involved for an individual. But for individuals, if you want to just join on your own, it's a $36 registration fee. But for schools, registration is free. There is no charge. You just email Anne or myself, and we would give you a code in the registration, and you enter the code, and you do not have to pay. As I mentioned, there's free curriculum to support the journey, and it's a great way to be a part of not only your local community, but a global movement, which takes place in May.
Thank you, Isabella. Okay, just want to make sure I was off of mute. Thank you. So we're really excited to announce in January, we launched a searchable national resource database hub. It is the first of its kind. We have close to 200 resources already listed, and that is growing. We have compiled these resources from both national and local sources. The database is free to use for all of you. Any program that has a cost associated to it, that is where you can then apply for a grant to us and try to cover the cost of that resource. You can search by your state, by your zip code. As you can tell, this is a screenshot of what it looks like. You can filter by the type of the resource. This is phase one. We are entering phase two of development, which is going to make this even more dynamic. But even the way it is, you can decide if you want to look for local or national resources, virtual or in person. If you're unsure in your state what is mandated, the first part of the results is going to be a link to the bill for your state, as well as any links to any commissions or Holocaust committees in your state, and it'll tell you whether Holocaust education is mandated or not. So you'll be able to get a really great different ideas from here. If you're looking for a survivor speaker, if you're looking for a local museum, you could check out if there's anything local to you as well. I encourage you to please check it out. If there's any feedback, we're taking feedback now as we enter phase two of development. So I welcome any feedback, just email me. And if there's any questions, please let us know.
Gotta keep remembering to turn off the mute. So also, you know, you're looking for a resource or you're looking for a great book. I am proud to say that Anne, my sister, wrote a book about our father and his story of survival, and it's called Together, A Journey for Survival. It's an amazing book. It is very user-friendly and easy to read, and I mean that in the best way possible. It is engaging for fifth graders, and it is engaging for a 70-year-old person. It is like people can't get enough. And the one thing I've always heard was, oh my God, I can't wait to see what happens at the end, even though I know Mark survives. So that's always the funniest part to hear. But the amazing thing about this book also is that there is free curriculum content that goes with it and a PowerPoint and sample questions and answers that you can bring it into the classroom. If you do want to bring in the book to your classroom, you could reach out to Anne, and she does give discounted bulk rates to schools to help bring in for schools with, into the classrooms and into the library resources. So take advantage of that as another amazing book to read.
So we please encourage you to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You could stay up to date on any new programs or opportunities. Make sure you are signed up for our newsletter so that you can be kept up to date with any new resources we hear about or to learn more about what we're doing. And if
and
you
just
are
about following us, definitely go online. If you are on any of the platforms, you know, go to at MSHE Foundation, follow us. It's really important. It helps us. The more followers we have, the more, you know, the algorithms work, that, you know, the more people hear about us. Share our content, you know, add it to your friends, you know, share it with them so they can see what goes on. Even at the webinar today, if your friends couldn't come on and you have teacher friends, let them know about the grants and spread the word and message about us.
Absolutely. That's really it. We're here. If there's any other questions, please let us know. We'll wait another couple minutes. But other than that, we want to thank you all for attending and have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much to Sharaka and 6 Million Voices. And thank you to you teachers, because without you, we cannot be doing the work that we are doing. And you guys are there putting your feet to the pavement and making a difference in the students' lives and making a difference for the future of the world, where we see now more than ever, we need to teach about the past to make for a better future. So thank you, teachers. We really, really appreciate the work that you are doing.
I mean, look, I've applied for your grant for years. The money was used for field trips, books, materials, and work.
Thank you, Neelam.
Oh, that's
Appreciate
wonderful.
that.
Thank you.
5th annual walk. Oh, we can't wait to have you be a part of us once again. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Again, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Ann and I are always available via email, as are Alyssa and Michal. So please don't hesitate. If you think of a question tomorrow or the next day, we are here. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone.
All righty.
Have a good evening. I know
have
it's
a
been
good
a long
evening,
day
everyone.
for most.
Alyssa, Mike, very nice to see you guys. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.